Exactly. Dr. Adamu, having listened to Tony, it strikes me that I don't know what our capacity is to address the problem that we are talking about, the rampant banditry in Nigeria's northwest, by which I mean it would appear that the criminals know that they simply have superior power. Because, look, the role of government is that this is the law, and government is going to uphold the law. But it would appear that these criminal elements know that government can't uphold nothing. If we insist on doing what we want to do, nothing will happen. Look, were the security forces not virtually overwhelmed during the last protest, especially in the north? And so this is concerning. I don't know what your take is on that the criminals seem to be able to operate at will, and the security forces do not seem to have the wherewithal with which to put a check on their actions. First of all, I don't know the extent to which you believe that statement.
Yes, it is a statement that, for all intents and purposes, is factual. And by that, the figures that I reeled out earlier is an indication of that. The numbers are high, and if the numbers continue growing high, then that's the best indicator that perhaps our security forces are overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. But I want to give a little bit of context to our listeners, so that what I'm going to say after that would make more meaning. The figures I gave, I broke them down per region and also per state. So if you allow me, maybe in 2 minutes, I will be very fast. I will break down those statistics so that we see where the Northwest stands in this regard. Now, in the month of July, which is the most recent publication we did using our data analysis, the total figure for that month for fatalities is 853 persons that died within the month of July. Now, when we broke it down by state, the two states that had the highest fatalities were Niger State in North Central with 142, followed by Borno State with 128. Now, the third one is in the Northwest, which is 106, followed by Benue State, which is in North Central, then followed by another Northwestern state, which is Kaduna, which is at 49, and then Katsina, also Northwest, at 45. Now, for abduction, which is the one that keeps me up at night, we recorded 1,035 abductions in the month of July, which was a 121% increase from the month of June. Now, the top states that had the highest figures for abduction was Zamfara State with 266, followed by Katsina with 231. All two states are in the Northwest. Then the third state is in the Northeast, which is in Borno State. Now, quickly, when we did a regional depiction of the data, what we saw for abduction is 69.9% of the abductions in the month affected the Northwest region. I repeat, 69% affected the Northwest region, followed by the Northeast, and then the third was the Southeast. When you go to fatalities, 33.41% affected the North Central region, followed by the Northwest, which had 33.29%. So again, the Northwest was the highest for fatalities. Now, the most interesting figure is when you put the three northern regions together. In the case of abduction, the three northern regions have over 90% of the occurrences of abduction. And for fatalities, they had about 80%. So in simple terms, Onkuyori, if the subnationals, and I want to emphasize this, it is not just the responsibility of the federal government. Those root causes that were identified by Tony, education as an example is in the concurrent list. Health is in the concurrent list. Power recently has become in concurrent risk. Unemployment or employment, as the case may be. Environment are all issues that are in the concurrent list. So there is no way the federal government can address the root causes of security. It is a responsibility that especially the subnationals would need to take. Geopolitical issues, development in Niger, developments in Sudan, developments in Libya are issues that require collaboration and cooperation between the federal and state government. So I was very excited when a few weeks ago, the expanded state council meeting had governors in attendance. I don't know what was discussed at that meeting, but I'm hoping that it is issues like this that were discussed, so that the governors also appreciate their role in addressing the root causes. I want to say with all sense of responsibility that if we spend the next 10 years deploying the military and the police and name them to these locations without addressing those root causes, it will be tantamount to fetching water with the basket.
Yeah.
We would not solve the problem. We have to address those root causes.